Hello and welcome back to a very special episode of the What the Falk podcast. When the Stadium of Light opened in 1997, Republica's Ready to Go was the anthem each and every Sunderland fan has associated with our glorious football club entering the pitch at the Stadium of Light. And whilst a certain director tried to bring an Ibiza vibe for a couple of seasons, we were absolutely delighted in May when the club decided to bring back the anthem, and it has coincided with our rise up the championship table. So without further ado, I'm absolutely delighted to welcome to the show the very voice of that song and a multitude of others, Republica's lead singer, Saffron. Saffron, how the devil are you?
I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine and delighted to be coming back to Sunderland. We'll be playing the fire station this Friday in Sunderland. So, we're just so excited. We kind of have, sort of an umbilical cord sort of connection now, with Sunderland and the football and with all the fans, we're honouring Mackems. Hooray!
Yeah. Well, I
know.
have heard that. I have heard you're honouring Mackems, and obviously the fire station's a relatively new venue for Sunderland, and everyone said really good things about it. You sound excited to go back, but how excited
Yeah.
are the full band to get back and just kind of play in your adopted town, if we can, well, or adopted city, shall we say?
Yeah. Just really excited. Last year we'd actually played just outside for the Cubics Festival, which was really brilliant. But we've been hoping that we could get one actually in the town, because actually going back to that extraordinary day where we played at Stadium of Light, where you beat Birmingham and you went up to the Premiership, and it was extraordinary for us as a band, and for all the fans and everything. And we just want to thank everyone and thank all the fans for supporting us, and still playing our song, and having it as you run on song for your team. It means such a lot to us still.
I think many people will remember, obviously, I think you originally split in 2001, but then you reformed, came back in 2008. But for those people who were not up to speed regarding the show on Friday, obviously, what's new with Republica, and what can we expect on Friday?
Well, it's the original lineup, and we've been touring everywhere since post-COVID. I fought very hard, to make sure that we could reschedule and try and honour all the festivals and gigs, and just support basically live music. And be back on the lineups, as soon as the lockdown is lifted. So we're back out there touring, and our second album, Speed Ballads, is coming out on vinyl actually, for Independent Record Store Day. We're in April, so we're really excited about that. And we've got a new album called Damaged Gods, so we'll be playing a few songs from that as well. Expect an exciting show. It's always we're still on the road and out there.
Loads of good stuff and loads of exciting stuff. Now, I want to transport you back to 1997. Now, I don't know how many people remember this. Obviously, we opened the Stadium Light with a game against Ajax, and we originally actually opened with Oasis in the first friendly game, but it really quickly changed to Ready to Go when we played Manchester City on the Friday night, which a lot of fans around my age will remember. Now, I don't know how these things work, to be honest with you, but how did it come to pass that Sunderland wanted to use Ready to Go as the music to welcome the players on the pitch, and how did that go about?
Well, to my knowledge, I think that someone from the club did approach us, and I don't know if you guys remember that actually you mixed it with Prokofiev, and there was a mix that actually was intended to actually scare the opposing side, and it kind of worked, right?
It definitely did. 100%.
It kind of worked. Yeah, it was actually quite powerful, to have these very sort of powerful, strong classical kind of music, and our song as well. And obviously, for us and for you guys, it's the first time obviously we'd ever been invited to anything like that, and to be running on the pitch and playing in the middle, to experience such a wonderful as I said, like an out of body experience for us. We realised our song it transcended us or anything, and it meant so much to Sunderland fans and for everyone standing in in the stadium with the scarves in the air, singing "Ready to Go." I think it was such a powerful moment. And then obviously, of course, what a great game. And the Peteree Day is so exciting, and all the fireworks because you beat Birmingham, went up to the Premiership, and then all hell broke loose.
Yeah.
And people were picking us up, and there were mascots, and we got to hold the trophy. It was we just couldn't believe everyone was going, "Oh, Saffron, you're an honorary Mackem," and it just meant such a lot. Where we were kind of blown away by how friendly and lovely everyone was, and just to be involved and be included. So thank you so much to all Sunderland fans and to the club and the players and everything, for still associating our song with your great team.
I think it's funny that you talked to me before we were officially recording about your memories of that day. And I was going to ask you, obviously, when you played there, I remember that game. Obviously, you beat Birmingham 2-1. It was a great day. We got the record points that day as well. But just so for the people who don't know this story, what happened beforehand? Because it was a bit of a rush to get there, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it nearly didn't happen. And I can't explain to you the pressure. We'd done a UK tour, and you get these buses, the little tiny bunks you sleep in. And I kind of woke and I thought, we're not moving. And to be told that the tour bus had broken down in Carlisle the night before on the way to Sunderland. And basically, our badass tour manager, who's a legend, Harry Isles, had somehow managed on that day to find a garage to fix the bus. It like literally it was minutes were ticking away. We had to send our sound man in a taxi from Carlisle to send them on ahead of us to make sure everything was set up. And then we did get the bus fixed. We then got stuck in all the traffic going to the stadium. We then, the club were on the phone and they sent a police escort. Sorry, I'm laughing. We managed to pick up our crew who were on the hard shoulder walking towards the stadium because the taxi just dropped them, given up, I think, because he was from Carlisle. And I think he was worried they weren't going to pay him. No. And he might have been a little bit intimidated by this whole situation. Then the police escort came along, to ensure that we could actually get to, the gate in time for us to basically. We got there. It was a little bit like. We felt a bit like Led Zeppelin or something. We've got police escort. You see that stadium on the horizon? That's where we're supposed to be. In 6 minutes' time, and so it was literally like, Saffron, this is what you've got to do. Here's the shirt. Here's your microphone. Right, someone will go with you, but you've got to run across the pitch, right? And and it literally was that, so it was just overwhelming anyway, and we made it literally. That's what happened on time, and so as I said, the fans and the whole atmosphere was just so amazing and overwhelming, that day. It really was something extraordinary. We just couldn't believe it, and we were just so happy, that our music, our song had touched people, and that it meant so much to fans of their favorite football team, their hometown club, which is so important, and still to this day, I know, as you say, there was a survey recently, and they did,
Yeah, there was.
and I love the Sunderland fans to go, no, we don't want the IB for bangers. No, what are you thinking? We're Mackems, ready to go. you know, and bless, I know the future heads as well there as well, and I think do they not own a pub as well? The future heads of
They
Sunderland.
do. They certainly do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is brilliant. Which I hopefully I'll meet them because they're great fun. And actually, a girl who is one of our greatest fans was a ball girl on that day. Her name's
Hmm.
Kerry Moorhead, and her family are season ticket holders and lifelong Sunderland fans. And she comes to all the gigs, Republica gigs still. Her family and she runs the Republica family Facebook page, fan page. So there's links that that are quite deep and very feels like family.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny. I think music and football and music and sport are so well aligned. I think
Yeah,
it's almost ingrained in like community and society. And I think you
yes,
can't think of New Order without thinking of the song "World in Motion" in England's World Cup
exactly. Yeah,
1990. The same applies
yeah.
with Sunderland, the late 90s in Republica, and good times for Sunderland. But why do you think the song connected so well with Sunderland fans?
It was their choice. Sunderland fans and the club's choice, and we were just so happy that it worked and everyone loved it. And as I say, it was also your decision to mix it with Prokofiev. Was done so that it would kind of scare the other, the opposing team, and it kind of worked. Which was really good because it's very like rabble rousing, classical, powerful, and then ready to go. And it was just amazing on that day because we were like in the middle of the pitch. I couldn't hear a thing because obviously the fans singing it so loud. I was overwhelmed. Our hardcore Scottish crew even had tears, welling up. Um, and it was just extraordinary. And then the game, the Peter Reid days, and the mascot billets, and it was just so exciting. And then you won, you beat Birmingham, and it was just so exciting. We got to hold the trophy and meet all the fans. And we were called honorary Mackems, and it just felt like gosh, when we were given, like a special a picture of the team and everything, as a thank you. I think they might have signed, they were so loved. Everyone was just so wonderful and lovely to us. And I know over the years, I've been in the magazine and, I've always, done interviews and lots of fans, I've spoken to on social media, and it makes me so happy, that families and other new generations growing up.
Hmm.
It's a bit, like the Stranger Things. Kate songs are like immortal, as you say, like sport is, like our, teams and players and memories, and to do also your local club. It's so important, it's ingrained in British society, and I long may that live in people's families and front rooms. And you go into the match on a Saturday, being ticket holder. I mean, they some fans will not even know our name or anything, but they know the song, and they know
Yeah.
it's their team, and that's what's important. That's the important thing, not us, really.
I
you
remembered,
know.
correct me if I'm wrong on this, because
Yes,
I might be completely wrong with it, but I remember Sunderland as a club releasing the CD with
yes,
Prokofiev
they did.
and Ready to Go. How did that come about? Because I suppose
Well,
it's.
yes. Obviously, as I say again, they requested this, and obviously, the record label and ourselves, obviously, we said yes. And it's probably quite a rare find,
Mhm.
actually. Starting to think, where's my copy? Where's my copy? Somewhere, hopefully, I've got one. But I do remember and thinking how special it was, to have done that. But we've yeah, absolutely anything, for Sunderland, really.
You know, with the song itself, I suppose obviously it's a nice thing when first and foremost you get asked if the song can be played, but
Sure.
then we're talking 26 years that song's
I
been
know.
around Sunderland,
I
like
know.
which baffles me because it feels like yesterday. But I mean,
Yeah.
when did you become aware that the fans had not just liked the song, they'd really taken to it, and it became a really popular song, where to the point where Sunderland could actually make the CD with the song? When did you become aware it got so popular?
Well, obviously, as I said before, obviously with the CG and everything, obviously that our record label and us, ourselves, they Sunderland asked if you could, they could do that. They have to get permission. So we were like, of course you can, and this stuff. But as I said with Kerry Moorhead, just being a ball girl and being a lifelong Republica fan and running the Republica family fan on the Facebook page and everything. And all her family are still, all ticket holders Sunderland. And every game she sends me a video. It's fantastic. Yeah, she'll always send me a video, and she's got like different Sunderland t-shirts where she's got Republica and stuff, and she'll send me a video with her family, in the stands while Ready to Go's playing, you know, at Stadium of Light. So as I say, it is something very special. So I've always known that, and obviously I knew about the survey and that all the Sunderland fans overwhelmingly
Yes.
chose to have Ready to Go back. I think no to the Ibiza bangers, no, and protested. So thank you so much, because I think without the fans going back to the club, no, this we're not having that. We want that, and
Yeah.
great that the club actually listened to the fans. Yeah,
Funny enough, it was replaced by Prodigy for a while, which obviously you performed with on Fat of the Land.
yes, yes,
However, it was just before our final home game in our playoff season when we said we want to go back to what we're used to, what kind of our
yes,
identity is, and as you said, you touched on that before with the poll, and then I've got to be honest with you. So I'm now, when that song came out, it would have been 11 or 12. And when the Stadium Light opened, I was 11 or 12. I'm now
wow,
37 this year.
yeah.
So I remember getting in the stadium, and I
Mm.
remember Ready to Go blasting out of the PA. And I'm not just saying it because I'm speaking to you, but the hair stood up in the back of my neck because it's A, this
Oh,
nostalgia. B, you remember it. C, I
yeah,
was really up for the game. And that
yes,
was the best atmosphere that I've been
oh,
part of in years.
yeah,
So for
yeah,
you, 26 years on, when you
yeah.
hear fans connecting with it that
Oh,
much to this day, how does that make you and the band feel, though?
but well, as I said, it's almost unbelievable. It's overwhelming, and so happy that you can't believe it, and it's like just it means the world. It really honestly does. And as I say, it doesn't matter if people have forgotten me or the back. All that matters is our song means a lot to Sunderland fans
Hmm.
and to the team and the atmosphere. That's all that matters. And it's fantastic that, there is that connection. As you say, the atmosphere and the memories as well that are made are so important. You know,
Do you know when?
you remember a time when you hear the song, and if it's connected with
Hmm.
your team, and certain days with the family and your mates and this, and going to the match on a Saturday. I mean, it's ingrained in our in our culture.
Do you know when it comes to obviously you and the band members? Obviously, you're not from Sunderland. I'm guessing you had no prior connection before that. But the
No,
success, the connection, and everything that it created, did that
yeah,
in turn make you and the band members then kind of look at Sunderland as a club and look at the results and see how they're getting on and get a bit more
yeah,
ingrained in the club?
yes, absolutely. And
Good.
also, yeah, of course. And as I say, like our wonderful fan Karen Moorhead, she's, as I say, she's always sending me videos every Sunderland match. She goes with her family, and so I can hear Ready to Go. So so I've always had to connect. I've always been sent things. So and it's so sweet, and that people bother to say hello, and it means such a lot.
Hmm.
It really does.
Final question I had, this was from Twitter. Now, the question that they asked was, if Sunderland get to Wembley in the playoff final
Yeah,
this year,
yeah,
with fingers crossed,
yeah.
will you come along with a band and play it and sing it at Wembley?
Well, absolutely, but we've got to be asked to.
Well,
Yeah,
we can sort that
you've
out, I'm
got to
sure.
tell the club, to ask us, to all the fans. Let's get to Wembley, okay, and get get the club to ask us, because they've got to ask us, because we'll definitely do it. Everybody will it, right, and make it manifest.
With you, before I let you go, most important thing, obviously you're playing the Fire Station Friday, but
Exactly.
if fans want to obviously keep up to date outside of that date or beforehand or afterwards, where can they keep up to date with you yourself, Saffron? Where can they find
Yeah.
the band stuff, the new album? Where can
Yeah.
that all be found?
Yeah. Okay, so we've got Republica official Facebook page. Okay. And obviously for the fire station, there's as it's a Sunderland venue, there's a link. But all the links are on the social. I'm Saffron Sprackling on Facebook as well. I'm on there. I haven't been on Twitter because my phone broke. But I'm still working out how to work Instagram. But there is also the Republica family Facebook page, which is run by Kerry Moorhead, who is a lifelong Sunderland fan and who was a ball girl, at the Stadium of Light when you beat Birmingham. And she is also coming, and I'm Saffron Republic on Twitter, but I've got to get back on there. I'm
You don't
sorry,
want to go on Twitter,
I
trust me.
I will get on there and I will answer everyone's questions.
Oh, but Saffron, really lovely speaking to you, and it's lovely to hear you doing so well after
Oh, bless
obviously so
you.
long.
Thank you so much.
No
Yeah.
problem.
Oh, thank you.
And hopefully we'll see you at Wembley, right?
Oh, please.